Hey guys, Furum here, and today I'm proud to present to you my first ever Forza Horizon 4 video. Well, if you discount the April Fool's one. Anyway, this video will be about the Bugatti Chiron, seeing kind of how it is in comparison to its ASPHALT 9 counterpart. As you can see here, I've even got the decal, and I'll show you how I did that. In addition to the comparison with the ASPHALT 9 Chiron, there will be a couple duels between me and Derwent, who has been helping me a lot in my Forza Horizon 4 journey so far, as well as a really cool free roam rush race. And if you're new to Forza Horizon, I will explain a lot about it in this video, so let's get started. First of all, I want to show you guys the way that I was able to get the ASPHALT 9 Chiron decal in Forza Horizon 4. Well, you can apply decals, and the way I did it is that I found a design by a player named Dirty Rider. So if you have this car in this game and you want to apply the ASPHALT 9 decal to it, just search for his name when you're searching for a decal for it in the Find New Designs thingy up there, and you should be able to find it. Now, you can tune pretty much everything about your car in Forza Horizon 4. However, I'm using a pre-made tune by someone named Slamron to get me to a rank of 998. The reason I'm doing this is because 999 is the highest rank in the game, but it puts you in X class. And in multiplayer, you can only use cars up to rank 998. Now, let's see how the Chiron does in acceleration, speed, and handling versus its ASPHALT 9 version. In the middle is Forza, and in the upper left is ASPHALT 9. So, it appears that the ASPHALT 9 version of the car accelerates faster and handles better than in Forza Horizon 4. Now, this sort of makes sense, because Forza Horizon 4 is a lot more realistic and ASPHALT 9 is a lot more arcadey. And cars in arcade games are often a lot easier to drive. Now, the Chiron in ASPHALT 9 maxes out at 269 miles per hour, and the Chiron in Forza is still going a bit. I was able to get it up to, in this tune, 255 miles per hour. It can go faster than this at higher tunes. Now for the first of my two duels with Get Wrecked Son. This first race is on Derwent Sprint. In the middle is my point of view of the race, and in the upper left is his point of view. So probably one of the biggest differences between ASPHALT 9 and Forza is that in Forza, well, there's no nitro, which makes sense since nitro, as it is in ASPHALT 9, is usually only in arcade games. And in Forza, you have to press on the accelerator, whereas you don't in ASPHALT 9. And when you let off the accelerator, you just slow down, and then you press brakes to slow down even more than that. You can customize so many things in this game. You can turn damage of the car on and off, you can turn on and off stability control, and traction control, you can go from automatic to manual, and you can use a keyboard controller or wheel to control the car. I'm using my keyboard on my laptop, and Derwent is using his controller. Again, big shout out to him for helping me get started in this game with tips and cars and all sorts of different things like that to make it a more pleasant joining experience so that I can get content out for you guys a lot sooner than I might be able to otherwise. Another thing you might notice if you have not played a racing game like this before is that you have to brake a lot around the corners. Apparently in this game, wall riding is considered dirty playing. I'm not entirely sure why, but I think it has to do with that not being something that you would normally do in real life. So that's something that you try to avoid in this game. So the way you get around corners is just brake until the racing line turns blue. If the racing line is red ahead of you, you know you're going too fast. ASPHALT 9 is very good graphics, make no mistake, but I think this game's graphics are even better. I am recording at Ultra Graphics 1080p 60 FPS to give you guys the most pleasant viewing experience. So this race has been a real battle so far. Sometimes I'm ahead, sometimes he's ahead. In Forza, the biggest things that you have to deal with are the corners, because how you take corners can make or break your races from what I've found. If you don't brake enough, you're gonna just ram into the wall and then people are going to pass you because of that. But if you slow down too much, people are gonna pass you because of, well, they didn't slow down as much and they didn't need to in order to get around it. So that is one of the big things you've got to learn in this game, just how much to brake. Again, the color of the racing line is a big help in determining that, and if you stay on the racing line, you will probably do better than if you don't. And in this first race, I come in first, although Get Wrecked is not too far behind me. But now for the second race, on the Colossus. There are so many different tracks in this game that I think it would be practically impossible to memorize what they all are. Now, Get Wrecked told me that his accelerator was not recognized for the first, second of the race or so that is why he is a little bit behind in the beginning. But we found out that his tune actually has a bit more acceleration on it. And the great thing about this game is that you're not stuck with with the tune you have. I can change to literally any tune that I wanted. I mean, it would cost some money, but the upgrades that I've applied are not locked to the car like they are in Asphalt 9. You can customize pretty much anything you want about the car. If there was an ultimate car customization game, well, this is pretty much it, because you can do anything you want with the exterior of the car, but also you can do many things with the interior, like you can swap out the engines, you can add a roll cage, you can do things with the tires and the wheels and the rims, you can change the suspension and the spoiler and the diffusers, and well, you get the point. And with the decals, there's this really detailed and customizable decal creation sort of thing, which is how somebody managed to create the Asphalt 9 decal in this game. Somebody also made the Koenigsegg Regera decal in this game. And guys, what I plan to do is make videos about cars that are in both Asphalt 9 and Forza, so you guys will be familiar with the cars. And then we can see how their acceleration, handling, speed, and all that stuff differs between the games. Because I really do like the car review sort of style that I've done in Asphalt 9. You guys really seem to also, so I want to continue that. Another YouTuber who makes car reviews in Forza Horizon 4 is Johnson Racing, so if you'd like to see some really skilled driving, definitely go and check him out. I actually managed to get in his most recent video. I may not have done so great, but I'm fairly new to the game, and I am still learning just the ins and outs of controlling the car and everything like that. So you can definitely expect to see me improve over time, as I have been playing this game quite a bit recently, and I probably will continue to do so. Now don't worry, I'm not gonna stop Asphalt 9 or anything. Asphalt 9 is still going to probably be my primary focus on the channel, since that is what you guys are used to and probably what most of you guys want to see. But I also want to show you guys this other great game that I found that I really am enjoying as well. And I'm sure if you give it a chance that you will enjoy it too. So on this slightly longer track than the previous one, Get Wrecked has now managed to get just ahead of us. The way we got into this private lobby by ourselves is there is something called, well, private lobbies or something like that, where you can invite people on Xbox Live and just play with specific people in the game. So technically, I could do races with all of you guys if you've got the game as well. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in, and maybe I'll be able to get something set up. And maybe you could even be in one of my Forza videos this way. I still don't know quite yet how all that'll work. But here we are doing something called Team Adventure. So normal Team Adventure is something where there are 6 people on each team, blue team versus red team, and the way you get points in a race is by being ahead of members of the other team. It's 100 points for every member of the other team that you're ahead of, plus 50 if you're in first position. So say you were ahead of 4 members of the other team, you'd have 400 points. Each normal Team Adventure session has 5 of these races, so your goal is to win at least 3 of them, or your team to win them, I should say. And there is ranked and unranked Team Adventure. Think of unranked Team Adventure as sort of like free racing in Asphalt 8, and ranked Team Adventure as sort of like ticket racing. So now we are entering the highway stretch of this variant, and I believe Get Wrecked has a tune that allows for better acceleration at higher speed at least, or maybe he didn't brake as much earlier. I don't know exactly, but anyways, here he manages to pass us, but we're still not too far behind. But let me know down in the comments, guys, if there's any particular Forza Horizon videos you'd like me to make, and in my car reviews, what sort of things I should show in them. Because in this first video, I'm just sort of showing a whole bunch of different things, just to give you guys a feel for the sort of things that I could definitely do in future videos. So yeah, just let me know. Now, one of my favorite things about Forza Horizon 4 is that it is open world. You can drive, well, pretty much anywhere on a gigantic map that is set in Scotland. It doesn't have like specific Scotland roads and stuff, but it's got Edinburgh, so it's definitely based there. So you can just kind of drive wherever you want, with whatever you want, whenever you want, because there's no sort of fuel system or anything like that. There's only one currency. Upgrades are pretty cheap. Cars are not necessarily so cheap, but overall everything is less expensive and time-consuming than it is in Asphalt 9. Now, each week you do have some grindy sort of things you can do to get a couple cars, but so far I haven't really done any of that, and I've just been trying to get a feel for the game, learn how to do many different things in it, and just learn how to play it well, so that, well, the races and everything will be better in my videos. So we've rounded the final bend and are coming down the final stretch to the finish line. He is just ahead of us, but we're not too far behind, and thus we come in second position. And after this, I'm going to show you guys something a little bit different that I think you're really going to like. If you don't know about this, in Forza Horizon 4, there's this thing called free roam Rush, where you just have to get from one point to another point on the map the fastest way possible. You can go off-road, you can do anything, there are no checkpoints in this, and this is something I have wanted to do for a long time, even before I knew about Forza. I was kind of hoping Extreme would be something like this, but unfortunately it wasn't. In each team adventure session or set of events or whatever you want to call it, there are 2 of these free roam ones and 3 of the ones with checkpoints, as you saw in the previous races. The odd numbered ones are the ones with checkpoints, so 1, 3, and 5, and 2 and 4 are these free roam rush ones. Now, this one actually went quite well for me, and you may be thinking, wow, this looks like a whole lot of fun. Yes, it is, until you hit a tree. Now, if you played Forza Horizon 4 at all, pretty much, you know that trees are some of the most annoying things in the game. You hit them at 200 miles per hour and you lose all your speed. So basically, the people who hit the less trees are the ones who are going to win. And here I've managed to get around most, but then I hit that one. You see it slowed me down to 0 miles per hour, and thus I lose several seconds. That is the worst thing about Forza multiplayer. Well, aside from people who ram you off the track, but that's a completely different matter. So as you can see, it's nighttime now. Forza does have a day-night cycle on the map. I'm not exactly sure how long it is or how long it's day or how long it's night, but yeah, there's the cycle. Overall, I'd say the Chiron is a decent car for S2 multiplayer in Forza. Not the best, of course, but not the worst either. I believe it is best on road races, and it's not the easiest car to drive, although I still had a lot of fun driving it in this video. It's not the hardest to drive either. It's pretty middle in this game. Definitely not a king like an ASPHALT 9. Let me know down in the comments, what other cars would you like me to test? And here, even after hitting a few trees, we come in first position in this free roam rush race. Thank you all so much for watching. Please like the video if you enjoyed, and consider subscribing for more ASPHALT 9 and Forza content, and I will see you in my next video. Goodbye!